Hey people, welcome to another episode of Bethel Brothers Hot Rod. While I'm waiting for some other parts, today I'm going to build a tailgate, so stick around, stay tuned. Okay, here's the tailgate that I got on there now. I ran this bungee cord just to pull the sides in tight. See, from years of people tying onto these loops and hoops and tightening down, it's bent the bed a little bit. So I got that holding tight. Got the old level of doom in here. Let me see if I can put it someplace you can see the, see what I'm saying? It's level, both sides are level. This is how it's put together. Down here is this tubular hinge that hooks to these, goes all the way through. Basically, whoever built this, they just took a big flat piece of steel, welded on some tube stock across the top, and just kind of went with it. But if you look on the sides, it's terribly crooked. It's kind of ugly. Not to mention this nasty Bondo job they did right here. So that's got to be fixed. But I'm going to start with the tailgate. I know you can't really see it, but back in here is the back end of the tailgate. See how it's got this rolled detail? Back in the late 40s and through the early 50s, the tailgates had a rounded detail. So I've got this piece of cut metal, piece of pipe, and it's going to fit over the top when I weld it on to give it that rolled detail. And see, here's the problem I'm facing. The ends are up higher than the actual line where they're supposed to meet. They're supposed to run into this line right here that runs down into the bed, which whoever made this basically just cut the tailgate so it was even with that point. No round, no nothing, big flat ugly tailgate to look at. So what I have to do is drop this down enough so the rolled detail actually hits the top. So I got to cut this whole thing loose. I'm also going to cut the whole thing loose from the bottom and weld it where it should be. I tried explaining this to Joey, and he just kept running his mouth. They laid it flat over the edge of the hinge, and by doing that, look, when you shut it tight, it's somewhat tight at the top, but you follow it down, and because they went to the outside instead of following the line down and then welding it, it gave it that gap, and it's on both sides. You can actually see through to the other side. So I'm gonna fix that too. So this is going to be a completely brand new built tailgate. So again, I'm going to take it off and get started on this. Alright people, it's been a couple hours and I've got some of this stuff grinded down. I got the tailgate piece, the square stock, the hinge assembly, and a piece of half round that'll go on the top. What I'm going to do first is put in the hinge assembly and make the marks where I got to put the tailgate on. Okay people, I'm starting to get a little ahead of myself. But as you can remember in some of the previous episodes, this pillar was pulled away. So I threw a bead up this side, up the back side, reattached it like it was supposed to be, and same with that side. I still have to come back and do some more welds, especially up in here where it's pulled apart, but at least it's put together. And I needed that firm set and it being level to make sure that I had the hinges and whatnot set up so I could do this. I've got it tacked on. Right here is where the pipe used to be. It was like offset right here and then welded down the line. So I set the hinge pipe in there, laid it on the back so it sat flush, and then I tacked it. So I'm gonna throw a bead down this, and when you look on the other side, if it doesn't come apart, which would really tick me off. Now it's got that flat whoosh, so it won't be pumped out on the side like it was before. So I'm going to weld that up a little bit and I'll come back when I have a little bit more done. Okay, I got it tamped on. Remember the big gap? I'm going to shove this in, it's just warped. Let me get on this side and show you a little easier. Big gap almost gone. I just got it taped on. What I'm going to do is get this elevational height deal, draw a line across, and then I'll be able to put those square stock back on and then the round detail. I think that looks a little bit better. With the round on the bottom, it'll match the round detail on the top. I'll go back and maybe have either I'll do them or have Joey weld that all the way across. and then I'll work on the top. Be back when I got a line drawn. Alright people, using a piece of tape, I've marked out where I gotta cut, so I'm gonna remove that, and that's my flush level line. Alright people, the piece has been cut off. I'm gonna put the square stock back on, and then I'm gonna weld my round piece over. Yada yada. So I'm gonna tack that all up, and I'll come back when it's more of a done piece, and then I'll fit it in and see how it looks. Okay people, got it mocked up. It's looking pretty good. I think I'm within my range. I'm lined up with where I wanted to be on the edges. Oh, if you didn't hear that, there's a little bit of a thunderstorm out here. So I gotta let that kind of chill out. Okie dokie, I got it welded from there to there, but I kept blowing the breaker. I got that tacked on. I gotta trim that side a little bit, but that's pretty much it, man. That's how you build a late 1940 to early 50 Studebaker tailgate. I still have some more work to do, and I'm gonna show you how to hide all this junk. In here, I'm gonna fill that in, blah blah blah. That's probably for an episode for tomorrow. Well, it's been a long day, thunder, lightning, and rain, but I still got a lot done. I have a lot more to do tomorrow, so until then, thanks for watching Bethel Brothers Hot Rod. Peace!